Are you a streamer? Have you been struggling to get clean audio? Do you struggle to keep audio consistency so that it's the same every time you hit go live? Hello, my name is Uberlord. I'm part of the Dirty Deviants, and today I'm going to show you how to clean up your audio with Voicemeeter and VB audio cables. Voicemeeter is donationware, so while the base version is free to use, Voicemeeter Banana and Voicemeeter Potato will require a license. These licenses aren't expensive, and Voicemeeter Potato is the highest tiered of the software, allowing you up to 5 configurable audio channels. While you may be asking yourself, why would I need 5 configurable audio channels? I can show you my setup. So here in Voicemeeter, you can see that I have a channel clearly set up for Discord inbound if I have guests, my microphone, my music channel, my outbound OBS alerts, and my final outbound microphone once it passes through something like VoiceMod or any other configuration change you'd like to make to your microphone. The initial setup for Voicemeeter isn't difficult, and it can be as configurable as you'd like it to be. Each of the add-on channels I've put here in my setup are additional VB audio cables that VB audio software offers as options. Each cable package does cost additional licensing fees as donationware, but depending on how configurable you want your setup, if you want each audio channel separated and configured for different audio levels, different setups, if you want it stereo versus mono, or if you want to limit the volume so that it's good every time you stream. Say your music is not louder than your game, and your game is not louder than you. It's a very capable option. The VB audio cables that I just spoke of are available also on the VB audio software. I will have both of these links available in the YouTube video description. Now, under VB audio cables, there are 3 different options. You have the base cable, which is available for free, and it will give you 1 virtual audio cable. This would be fine if you want to do something like piping in Pretzel Rocks or Stream Beats or any other music option you have available for streaming. If you do want to get more configurable, say you have a team through Discord or guests, or say you want anything configurable at different volume levels, such as your game, custom alerts, anything you might have, you can add cable options A and B or C and D. These options do have paid licensing, but once you pay for all of them, you can have up to 5 configurable audio channels on top of Voicemeeter. Depending on which options you've chosen to go with for Voicemeeter and the VB audio cable packages available, you'll have something similar shown to what I have on my screen here. I've chosen to go with Voicemeeter Potato, which is Voicemeeter 8, as well as the base VB cable and cable packs A and B and C and D. Now, once you unpack these, the installers are simple. You're going to run the setup 64-bit or 32-bit package, depending on the architecture of your computer. They will install drivers, so you'll need to run each package as an administrator or choose yes on the elevation prompt if prompted. Once you've finished installing Voicemeeter and whatever cable packages you wish to accompany with it, if you open Voicemeeter, you will have something similar to shown what's here. It will look slightly different if you've gone with the base version of Voicemeeter or Voicemeeter Banana. This is Voicemeeter Potato. If you click up in the top of each of these columns, you have an option to set each audio device. WDM is the fastest responsive cable type, but it does claim exclusivity of the audio channel. So you cannot set this if you'll be using this audio cable or audio device in 2 different software packages. Otherwise, if you do not wish to use exclusive mode, you should be using the MME cable type, as this is allowed to be shared between different applications. The first thing you'll want to do once you set up Voicemeeter is to open your Windows Sound options. So if we open this up here, you'll want to go to your output device and change the default to Voicemeeter aux input or Voicemeeter VIAO3. Each of these are available in Voicemeeter, shown here under the virtual input types that Voicemeeter controls. What this will do is set your default output outside of the configured channels to a standard channel that will go outbound to whatever hardware you're using. In this case, my SteelSeries headset. The second thing you'll want to do after you set up Voicemeeter is go over to hardware output. Each of these channels, A1 through 5, is an output for a virtual cable or hardware device that you can specify, which you'll then choose under each configurable audio column. So on my Discord column here, I'm telling it to go to audio 3, which will send it outbound to my Arctis 7 chat channel, which is the chat channel available in my headset. For my alerts on audio 1, I am sending it out to my Arctis 7 game channel and also out to audio 5, which goes out to my additional virtual audio line that I pump through Discord to my team when we live stream. Like everyone that starts with Voicemeeter, when I first looked at this application and the options available, I was overwhelmed by what I saw on screen. So if you feel overwhelmed, take a moment, step back, and just look through each option individually. You'll realize that each option makes sense once you understand how the audio configuration works. When you set a configuration here, you are setting the inbound channel on Voicemeeter. From there, the audio configuration you choose inside of the channel down here, A1 through 5, corresponds directly to where you want to send that audio to once it passes through Voicemeeter. On top of the configuration that you can set in Voicemeeter for where you want the audio to come in from and where you want it sent to after Voicemeeter is done processing it, you can also set additional options such as compensation or gain increase and noise gating, which is helpful if you have a lot of background noise or if, like my team, you sit 3 feet from each other with condenser microphones. You have one final step to configuring Voicemeeter for crystal clear audio. Click Menu, click System Settings, and under Preferred Main Sample Rate, make sure that you select 48,000 kHz. This is the highest you'll want to set audio for most consumer devices. Unless you're using professional equipment, I strongly advise sticking with 48,000 kHz. This will set 48,000 kHz across all of your devices and all of your audio channels. Once you've done this, in OBS or whatever streaming software you do use, also be sure that under the audio settings, you set 48,000 kHz. Once you've everything configured in Voicemeeter, to make sure that it launches each time you start your computer so that you have functional audio, be sure to click Menu and click System Tray Run at Startup. If you don't do this, each time you start your computer, you may not have audio depending on how you configured Voicemeeter, and you'll have to manually start Voicemeeter. Configuring your audio in Voicemeeter is half of the work that you'll need to put in order to get crystal clear, reliable audio every time you go live. The second half you'll need to accomplish is to set limiter filters in whichever streaming software you're using. In my case, I'm using OBS with Stream Elements add-ins. So if we head to my OBS section, you'll see that I already have a limiter filter set on my microphone channel here. And if I open up the filters, you'll see that my limiter is set to -6. -6 is about the maximum you'll want in the world of audio. Nothing should ever be louder than -6 if you want people to have reliable, clean audio that won't blow speakers or make them turn their volume down and up consistently. Once you've set that limiter, you'll see that regardless of how loud I am, we never pass -6. Each channel you'll set shouldn't be the same. If you want your game quieter than you should be setting it down lower on the audio level. So if we check the filter on my game's audio, I have it set to -18. This makes sure that the game is clearly audible underneath myself when I talk. If you set additional audio configurations, such as your music channel, you can see that regardless of how loud I turn my music, it will never surpass the audio limitation I've set here. If we check the filters, I have my music set to -10, so it will be significantly louder than the game, but quieter than me. I use this at the intro of our videos so that the music is similar to the level that my voice will be at, so that when the intro ends, I slide the music down within OBS, and then when I start talking, I'm not scaring anyone. My voice is about the same volume that the music was. If you've successfully configured Voicemeeter, your audio channels, and your limiter filters to where you want them, you should have something similar to what I'm showing here. As you can see, my music volume is below me, but still clearly audible. My game volume is below me, but still clearly audible. And all of them are easily differentiated so that your audience has an enjoyable experience, and you don't have to worry about configuring audio live or troubleshooting each time you stream. I hope that this tutorial has helped you configure crystal clear audio with reliability so that you don't ever have to configure or troubleshoot anything live again when you stream. Once again, I'm Uberlord from the Dirty Deviants. Until next time.